welcome to Coastal Living. Now we are fully immersed in the new year, and some of you may be struggling to stay on the wagon with those New Year's resolutions. Maybe one of those resolutions is adopting a pet. We always encourage you to adopt, don't shop. So we have a new pet of the week to introduce to you today. And you know, another thing that's really going around are a lot of illnesses, flu and colds and all those things. We're going to give you the scoop on what's floating around and how you can try to avoid some of these winter illnesses. Let's stay healthy in the new year. We have that and so much more to cover. So thank you for joining us. It's Coastal Living.
It's a new year, and we're starting 2025 with the same old respiratory viruses. 40 states, New York City and D.C., are reporting high or very high levels of flu activity, according to the latest CDC data. Emergency department visits for RSV and flu are very high and are increasing for COVID-19 from low levels nationally.
I thought it was a sinus infection. I had no idea.
Pam McLaughlin went to urgent care with postnasal drip and a strange burning sensation in her nose.
The doctor came, she said, I'm shaking my head because you got a double whammy. You have COVID and the flu.
Doctors say some people have built up immunities from previous infections and vaccinations, which can make symptoms milder. But there's also a growing number of people with serious complications.
And over the last week, it started reflecting in our hospitalizations and admissions, where it starts to become challenging to our staff.
Dr. Martin Topiel with Virtua Health says RSV, another respiratory illness, is also spiking. All the contagious infections probably related to holiday gatherings when people are in close contact. Do you expect this increase to continue now post-holidays?
Yeah, I think the next 3 to 4 weeks may be very difficult.
He says infections are being spread quickly by many people who don't realize they're contagious.
Be careful, the slightest thing, just go get tested. It's better to be safer than sorry.
And doctors say it's not too late. Vaccines are still available for COVID and flu for everyone, RSV for people at high risk.
Hello everyone, I am Vanessa Maldonado, and you may also know me as Yoga with V. Here are a few stretches to go ahead and help lengthen your spine, aligning your spine, and also doing a few stretches here to help you day by day on an everyday practice. So we're going to go ahead and start with chair pose. As you start with chair pose, you're going to go ahead and lengthen the hands all the way up to the sky. Tuck the tailbone in. As you tuck the tailbone in, you're going to bring the hips down, engaging into your core, relaxing. Shoulders are going to be away from the ear, holding it here. Again, remember the breath is very important, so you're going to go ahead and take 3 to 5 deep yoga breaths. Inhaling nice and strong. As you inhale, lengthen up the spine, and exhaling. Now, if you want to go ahead and further your practice a little bit here, you can go ahead and lengthen the hands and exhaling softly, bringing the left elbow to the right knee, giving a good deep twist onto your spine. Holding it here, gazing over to your right side, taking a deep inhalation, and exhaling nice and softly. Taking one more deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's go ahead and center in all the way up to the front, lengthening the hands up to the sky, and exhale, forward fold, bringing the weight to the ball of your toes, softly, slowly, and rising up, half lift, hands onto shin, deep inhalation, and exhale, forward folding, bringing yourself up, nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Our next pose we're going to go ahead and get into, you're going to come down onto the mat, onto your glutes. You're going to bring the left knee crossing over to the right. Now again, you can go ahead and stay here if you'd like. Keep the chest in mind, keep the chest facing up to the sky, bringing your hands into heart center. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, shifting over, nice and softly, slowly as you can. It's your practice, holding it here. Now optional, you can gaze into your left side or all the way to the back to get a little bit deeper stretch onto your spine. As you exhale, bringing your hands back into heart center, inhale, lengthen the spine all the way up. Exhaling, releasing your hands by your side. Go ahead and release the feet and exhale, forward fold. You want to be mindful not to roll the spine. Keep the chest up. It's okay if your chest or rib cage cannot reach your quads. And our last stretch, we're gonna go ahead and come laying down position onto our mats. We're gonna give into windshield wipers. So as you lay slowly, you're gonna go ahead and relax, drop the shoulders away from the ears, away from your neck, and you're gonna take a deep inhale. Exhale, dropping the knees over to your right side, holding it here. Take a deep inhale. And exhaling, bringing your knees back into center. And let's go ahead and go the other side. So take a deep inhalation. Exhaling, softly dropping over the knees, over to your left side. Getting that deep stretch onto your mid-lower back, body, and softly bringing it back. And coming into a fetal position over to your right side, gently pressing yourself up nice and slowly and bringing yourself up to the center.
You all are going to fall in love with this delicious, refreshing, citrusy, high-protein, low-calorie ceviche for the summertime. Here's what you need: some citrus, your lime, your oranges. Of course, I like my spice, a little serrano, and my secret ingredient is the mango. Now, you can't have ceviche without your fish or your shrimp. I opted in for the deveined shrimp. I'm not trying to do all that extra work. Bring your water to a boil with a little bit of salt, toss in your shrimp, and while it's cooking, grab yourself a container of ice. The shrimp cooks very quickly. You don't want it to overcook, which is why we're tossing it in the ice. It's gonna cut off the cooking time of that shrimp and cool it very quickly. Gave it a little shimmy and let that cool while I got my juices flowing. So then I prefer, another secret ingredient, to throw in a little bit of orange citrus. Now, I had some of these little tangerines that were getting ready to go bad, so I threw those in there, and it's just the perfect amount of sweet and citrus. You can't have ceviche without lime. I probably put in about 3 or 4 limes. This is something you can customize towards the end if you're not getting enough flavor. Again, everything is a preference. I prefer cherry tomatoes. I like the density of them. Don't ask me why I cut my onion like this. I think I was showing off for TV and it just didn't work out. You want to cut everything down to about a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch chunk. Please don't put your ceviche in a blender unless you really like that texture. You're just not going to get that chunky goodness that you get if you spend the time dicing all of your fruits and vegetables. Speaking of fruits, my mango wasn't quite ripe and I was worried this was going to bust my whole recipe, but I had enough sweetness in it and enough crunch that once it hit that acidity, it was actually the perfect density. You know I like my spice, so I had to throw in these giant serrano peppers I found at H-E-B. Believe it or not, they actually really packed a punch, so that added the perfect amount of spice and kick. Now, the first thing you want to do is throw your shrimp into the citrus. That way it absorbs all the citrus. Of course, you can always cook the shrimp for your ceviche without boiling it. You can just let it sit in the acidity of your citrus, but that means it needs to sit for at least 3 hours. And honestly, I do prefer cooked shrimp in my ceviche. So this is just my flavor, the way that I like to make it. I threw in all my ingredients, gave it a good mix. Everything was looking really good. In fact, I am salivating as we speak because my goodness, this is just such a refreshing meal for just about anybody as long as you don't mind shrimp. And it doesn't even have a fishy taste. When the citrus and everything gets included in there, it's so good. Threw in a little bit of garlic powder, some serrano salt from our friends at Freedom Harvest Farms. Very, very good. And then, of course, a good amount of anything but the bagel, which I pretty much put on everything. Now, something was missing. I thought I could skip the lemon, and you just can't. Lemon has that extra tart flavor to it that just adds the extra kick that we needed in this ceviche. So we threw that in there, gave it a really good mix. And our last ingredient was avocado. Now, if you're portioning this out and saving some for later, I recommend leaving the avocado out until it's ready to eat. But when I tell y'all that this disappeared off the table so quick, it sure did. The flavor was incredible. This is great for family gatherings. Don't forget your peppers. That's another thing you can put on the side if not everybody enjoys spice. You can serve this with cucumber slices if you're trying to go carb-free, or throw in the chips. But this delicious recipe is to die for. Try it at home. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy it all summer long.
Now, Coastal Living's Pet of the Week.
It's time time to introduce you to our pet of the week, and what better way to get active than to have a buddy to keep you accountable. So meet Freddie. He's a Labrador Retriever mix. He's only 8 months old, and he's looking for a new home. He did make it into the play group, and he's social, playful, and friendly with all of his buddies. Now, he has a lot of energy, and of course, they're still working on training, which is great at this age. There's lots of room to sort of customize his personality and his habits to whatever you're looking for in your furry friend. He's been friendly with staff, and he loves taking treats, and of course is still learning to walk on a leash. So stop by and visit Freddie and all of his friends at Corpus Christi Animal Care Services Monday through Saturday from 1 to 5:30 p.m. You may find the perfect companion for you.
Coastal Living's Pet of the Week is paid for by Animal Medical Corpus Christi, family owned and operated since 1981.
We're off to a great start, but don't go anywhere. When we return, we're going to learn a little bit of Coastal Bend history about the iconic Harbor Bridge, which in about a year is projected to be taken down due to the completion of the new bridge right around the corner. So we've got that to look forward to and so much more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on Coastal Living.
What's up, ladies? It's your favorite man in beauty, and today we're going to do a little Coastal Living.
I'm Rochelle with Lemon Box Beauty, and here at Lemon Box Beauty, we enhance your natural beauty with our natural products. So we started in 2020, kind of in the midst of everything, and we started from just a lip balm, and then we kind of expanded our line to what it is today. It's really important to me that everything is all natural, all plant-based. I want it to be fun and pink and bright, but also have the benefit of being natural as well. So our most popular product is our lip glosses. So that's like been our top seller since the beginning of time. This one is our lip gloss, and it's a wand applicator, and then we have a squeeze tube as well. What's great about these is that they are oil-based, so they're not sticky, they go on really smooth, really hydrating.
Good for kisses, fellas.
So a lot of the ingredients that we use in our products are bases of natural oils. We use like coconut oil, shea butters, cocoa butters, grapeseed oils, almond oils. So they're all natural for the skin. So kind of when I started the brand, I did a lot of research into how each oil kind of worked together and made our own formulations to be able to come up with like different products that are natural for the skin.
It's been really awesome watching everything grow. Rochelle put a lot of time and energy into the effort, into the product, and when I say it's made with love, it's literally made with love. She takes her time, but watching a brand grow, it's just been an amazing experience because we've had to learn so much. We have had to grow together. We've had a lot of fights. And when I say fights, I'm just talking business-wise. We've had a lot of things that could pull us apart, but it actually brought us together. So it's been really cool.
So just kind of having more involvement with community, we want to continue having more workshops and having more kind of giving people the experience of beauty and not just the product. And kind of expanding on that and just getting more people involved coming in to create products together.
And we would like to talk to everyone. We want to talk to the people. We want to be involved with the people. We need to feel the people so we can understand their wants and we can provide them.
So the best place to find us is online on our website, lemonboxbeauty.com, or in person at farmers markets and local pop-ups in the city. And then also, if you ever have any questions, I am your wholesome beauty expert, so I can customize any product, anything to give you guys insight on what would work best for your skin, and then kind of go around what your beauty regimen is. It kind of provides you with the best value, the best package that we can provide for you guys.
And that also goes with every individual and also companies that's looking to wholesale as well, so we can provide custom orders for that company.
You can find us on our socials on Instagram and Facebook and type in Lemon Box Beauty. And I just want to give you a big thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support in our community. From us to you, Lemon Box Beauty.
Your perspectives inside.
The 2025 Golden Globe Awards weren't just a celebration of film and TV. They were a runway showcasing bold fashion statements. From classic elegance to avant-garde creativity, the stars at this year's Golden Globes brought their A-game to the red carpet. One of the most notable trends were the metallic and reflective fabrics. Stars, including host Glasser, Ariana Grande, Cate Blanchett, Kristen Bell, and Elle Fanning, all stunned in shimmering silver and gold gowns. catching the light in a way that made them look almost otherworldly. These reflective pieces added a futuristic touch to the evening's classic glam. Angelina Jolie never disappoints, and she certainly brought her A game in a silver-beaded Alexander McQueen creation, and Moore's iridescent champagne gown caught everyone's eye. Sustainable fashion also took center stage, I love to see it, with a number of A-listers opting for outfits made from eco-friendly materials, highlighting the growing importance of sustainability in the fashion and entertainment world, choosing designers who prioritize eco-conscious craftsmanship without sacrificing style. We also saw bold pops of color, vibrant reds, electric blues, and neon greens that all made their way to the carpet, signaling a departure from more muted tones from previous years. The 2025 Golden Globe Awards red carpet was a stunning mix of high fashion, sustainability, experimental style, and more, setting the tone for what we can expect in the upcoming year. What are your thoughts? Let us know at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Coastal Bend History.
I'm Andy Lascano, and as construction continues on the new Harbor Bridge, the old bridge, the original bridge, continues to serve the Coastal Bend as it has for more than 60 years. And you know one thing they share in common? Both of the bridges, the old one and the new one, were embroiled in controversy over their design and construction.
For most people in the Coastal Bend, the Harbor Bridge has been part of their lives since, well, pretty much since birth. Its distinctive arch, reminiscent of a pirate hat, has been the gateway to the Port of Corpus Christi since the 1950s. The original project was discussed in the early part of that decade and met much controversy. In fact, one large group wanted a toll-for-use tunnel under the ship channel. In fact, debates got so heated that then Mayor Albert Lichtenstein resigned in protest in 1953. The fighting only ended when the state of Texas announced it would not pay for a tunnel, but it would pay for the entire cost of a high bridge. When construction began in 1956, the Harbor Bridge was the largest project in the history of the Texas Highway Department. Construction cost was supposed to be just over $9 million, but after land acquisition, the sticker price more than doubled. In all, 340 men worked on the project. 4 died due to falls during construction, and another 2 died later working maintenance on the bridge. The design of the 155 million pound bridge included many innovations. It was the first to use neoprene pads between the approach piers and the roadway, softening the ride for riders. It was also the first project to use pre-stressed and reinforced concrete.
The construction completely altered the northern part of the city because it isolated the Hillcrest and Washington Coles neighborhoods and completely bypassed the North Beach area.
But the new bridge did allow the Port of Corpus Christi to widen to 400 feet, and for the first time since 1926, it was able to offer an uninterrupted drive into and out of town. Before the Harbor Bridge, drivers had to cross a lift bridge that could be raised as many as 30 times a day to allow boats into the port. The bridge officially opened October 23, 1959, and on the first day, more than 45,000 cars passed over. It was an instant hit with the public and quickly became the symbol of Corpus Christi and one of the most photographed structures in the area. But keeping the bridge beautiful and viable has been challenging. It had to be painted, and initially crews used brushes. Then in April of 1960, it was repainted. Over the course of 2 years, they learned spray guns were actually the best way to reach every part of the bridge, and it took 15,000 gallons of paint to cover the structure. Over the 60-plus years the bridge has been in service, painting costs alone have exceeded the original cost to build the bridge. In 1983, crews did a complete replacement of the roadway at a cost of $7 million. In 1986, the city replaced the original fluorescent lighting with amber-colored sodium vapor lights, and in 2010, those were traded out for LED lighting, which had to be removed in 2021 after the mounting brackets began to rust. The bridge itself was set to be torn down before that lighting would need to be replaced, but delays on the new Harbor Bridge have extended its stay.
So right now the plan calls for the new Harbor Bridge to be complete and ready to go by next spring, 2025. And if all goes according to plan, then demolition of the original, the old Harbor Bridge, would begin in spring of 2026. Tell you what, if you want more information on the Harbor Bridge, just click the QR code you see on your screen, or just go to our website, KrisTV.com, click on the Coastal Bend History tab, and you're going to see all of our Coastal Bend history stories, including this one. Until next time, I'm Andy Lascano.
Here today on Coastal Living. Want to thank you and all of our guests for being a part of the show, and we look forward to a fantastic year with you all. So, you know, we've got Coastal Creatives. We're always trying to let you know what's happening around the Bend, and we love featuring local talent and businesses here in Corpus Christi and surrounding areas. So if you or someone you know needs to be featured on Coastal Living, find us online at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram. You can even send us an email at info@coastallivingtv.com. And of course, if you ever miss the show or want more, you can visit our YouTube channel at Coastal Living TV Corpus Christi and follow us along there for access to full episodes commercial free. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Coastal Living.